Hi, my name is Wendy Williams Melvin, and I'm new to the YouTube platform. Um, I've been following true crime for years. In fact, I remember the very first episode of the first 48 hours. Um, I also lived in the same town about a half a mile away from Lacey Peterson. During that case, the um, Stainer family, the Yosemite killer, um, was from the town I lived in with my husband, as well as Chandra Levy was from that town. We no longer live there. We live about 20 minutes away, but I've those cases just got me further and further into true crime. Um, I'm currently live in California, was born and raised in California. I work full-time in a clinical, an acute hospital, which I love. And so my family and friends have just been begging me to start a YouTube channel. And so I figured, why not? I'll give it a try. So just be patient with me. This is a pre-recorded video because until I get used to all the gadgets, I don't feel comfortable going live. So we're going to cover a case today. Jacqueline Mimi Torres. She's a 12-year-old girl whose body was found in a storage bin behind a abandoned house in New Britain, Connecticut. And it's kind of like another Harmony Montgomery case. So we will see what we can do. So I'm going to go over an article. Sorry, already I'm screwed up. Here we go. So this is an article by MSN. And it says, okay, every time Jacqueline Mimi Torres Garcia's father tried to talk to her, the child's mother told him his daughter was not around, according to a warrant for the woman's arrest. Victor Torres became so concerned he called the State Department of Children and Families to conduct a wellness check on his daughter, but the agency couldn't do one because they didn't have the 11-year-old's address. DCF was one of two agencies contacted about problems in Jacqueline's household before the girl's remains were found in a plastic storage bin in New Britain on October 8th. Police suspect she was starved to death in Farmington about a year ago, and her body moved with the family when they relocated to New Britain. Jacqueline's mother, Carla Rosalie Garcia, 29, and Garcia's boyfriend, Jonathan Abel Nanita, 30, were arrested this month. This was last month, actually, on charges that include murder with special circumstances. People say the couple conspired to kill Jacqueline Mimi Torres Garcia, who endured prolonged physical abuse and malnourishment in their Farmington home last year. While they say Garcia's sister, Jacqueline Leanne Garcia, 28, participated in the abuse, she is not charged with murder. That's Mimi. Beautiful girl. Neighbors said they called DCF and police to report their concerns about the family, and Jacqueline's younger sister's school made calls as well. Residents of a Farmington condominium that shared a wall with the family said they routinely heard yelling, cursing, and things being thrown around the home. The neighbors in the Wellington Avenue condo said they called DCF to report possible abuse and neglect of Jacqueline's younger sister because they often saw the girl taking out the garbage and carrying large, heavy bags of groceries by herself. She said this child would also go outside and start the family vehicle when it was cold outside and was not dressed for the weather. The same neighbors called police on September 28, 2024, saying they could hear loud noises and arguing and a female voice threatening to break someone's neck. On December 29, 2024, after police believed Jacqueline had died, the neighbors called police twice because they heard someone scream and heard something heavy fall. They heard Garcia yell something like, "Stop," or "Don't," the warrant said. The residents also smelled bleach. Um, there was body cam footage released also of some noise complaints that the police responded to, and I'll go over one of those. A neighbor on the other side of the family's rented townhouse-style condo was a teacher at Jacqueline's younger sister's former school and said staff saw bruises on her. DCF had been contacted on several occasions and reports had been filed. The resident also said when the family moved in next door, it was always loud and she could hear young kids yelling during the night. She stated she routinely smelled weed on her back deck, noting that it came from Nonita. Victor Torres, Jacqueline's father, told investigators that Carla Garcia made it very difficult to see his children, according to the warrant. The problem worsened when he started seeing his current wife, and even worse when she became pregnant and they got married. Garcia always had an excuse every time he asked to see Jacqueline. It said he was often told she was at a friend's house. The last time he saw her was on June 10th, 2024 at her 5th grade graduation. Torres told investigators a year later in June when he attended her younger sister's 5th grade graduation that Jacqueline was not there, and when he asked where she was, he was told Jacqueline was in school, according to the warrant. Just one second. Sorry about that. When Garcia moved from Farmington to Tremont Street in New Britain, she did not give him the address at first and would meet him in her car on a side street. Torres told police he grew so concerned that he contacted DCF to do a wellness check, but was told they could not because he did not know where she lived. DCF said it cannot comment on its response because the agency is conducting an internal review of how the case was handled. This is an unspeakable tragedy and one that has impacted Jacqueline's family, friends, and her entire community, said Ken Meisogland, a DCF spokesperson. We have previously provided 3 statements in regards to our involvement with her family, and at this time we have no further comment. Farmington police said they responded to 4 calls about the home, 2 in the same night, but there were never any signs of fighting or violence. In 2 cases, on September 28, 2024, and on February 2nd, 2025, no one answered the family's door. On December 29, 2024, the family had calmed down by the time the officer arrived, so the neighbors told the police not to bother them. And later that night, a woman, apparently Carla Garcia, told police she is in her last trimester and was just frustrated, according to the police report. On Sunday, October 5th, after the family's march moved to Tremont Street in New Britain, and after Torres found out their address, he brought McDonald's to the apartment and asked to visit his daughters. He told investigators Garcia told him Jacqueline was at her friend's house, and the two argued, but she allowed Jacqueline's younger sister to eat with her father. Garcia let him take her to the West Farms Mall to buy shoes, but Garcia followed them, and after they spent some time in the mall, she took her home. 3 days later, on October 8th, Jacqueline's body was found in a 40-gallon tote, a storage container behind a boarded-up house in New Britain. The autopsy showed there was no sign of trauma to the body that would have contributed to the person's death, according to the warrant. The remains were found in plastic trash bags, wrapped in a comforter and bed sheets. The bedding linens had been in a laundry basket, which had been placed in the container. The body belonged to an adolescent female, and it was folded at the waist in a fetal position. It lacked fat and weighed only 27 pounds. Medical examiners found a white powdery substance on the person, which they suspected may have been poured after death to preserve the body and mask the smell. Dr. Melissa Pasquale Stiles found that the condition of the corpse was due to severe malnourishment, not decomposition. In Pasquale Stiles' preliminary professional opinion, the warrant stated, Jacqueline died of severe and prolonged malnourishment. What a painful way to pass away. They identified the person as Jacqueline by comparing post-mortem x-rays to x-rays in medical records at the Hospital for Central Connecticut. Jacqueline Garcia appeared to be under the influence of alcohol, or this is her aunt, not Mimi. Jacqueline Garcia appeared to be under the influence of alcohol or drugs when she was first interviewed by police and urinated in her pants during questioning. During a second interview conducted the next day, Jacqueline Garcia admitted to police that her sister, Carla and Anita, had withheld food from Jacqueline for a long period of time and that the child was skinny the last time she saw her in August of 2024. Jacqueline Garcia moved out a few weeks later and went to prison for a child abuse conviction in December 2024, the warrant said. During that time, she didn't see her niece, but asked about her. Carla Garcia told her that Jacqueline was living with a friend. She never saw Jacqueline alive again after she moved out in August of 2024 and admitted to police that she witnessed her sister and Anita abusing the girl, but never told authorities. In at least one instance, Jacqueline Garcia and Anita physically beat Jacqueline, and that the child often was restrained with zip ties and made to stand in a corner while being deprived of food and water. Jacqueline Garcia said she also told investigators that the 11-year-old would be beaten when she urinated or defecated on herself while tied up. Jacqueline Garcia's own children had been taken from her and adopted. Jacqueline Garcia admitted to police that she hadn't seen her niece in months and was told that she was living with friends. Carla Garcia and Anita both blamed each other for the child's death, but Jacqueline Garcia also told police that she had witnessed the two abuse and starve the child. Carla Garcia admitted she had restrained Jacqueline in zip ties as punishment when she was acting bad. She told police that most of the punishments were at Anita's direction. She also told them she and Anita had stopped feeding the girl for about 2 weeks before her death. Wow. Police determined that the girl likely died in the fall of 2024. When that happened, Carla Garcia told police Anita took the body downstairs to the basement, but she wasn't sure what he did with it. At one point, the odor from the decaying body was so strong they had to leave the rented condo and stay with friends or at hotels. The family moved the body when they relocated in March to New Britain, the city where they lived before the August 2024 move to Farmington. Jacqueline wasn't missed in school because when Carla Garcia informed the New Britain School District of the planned move to Farmington, she added that she would be homeschooling the girl. Police and school officials said no one reported her missing, officials said in a news conference. I've heard and I've read in other reports that people that abuse their kids are known to live or move to Connecticut because apparently when you take your child out of school to homeschool them, they never follow up on that. And so there's nobody noticing marks on the child or, bones showing because they're starving or whatever. So how would you like to work for DCF in a state where people are known for moving because it's easy to abuse your kid and get away with it? Pretty embarrassing. When a worker from DCF tried to meet with Jacqueline for a wellness check in January, the family said she was out of town and set up a video call with a child who posed as the 11-year-old, the agency said. In an interview, Jacqueline's younger sister and the daughter of Carla Garcia and Victor Torres did not say anything about abuse in the home, Carla Garcia's arrest warrant said. She also did not acknowledge the existence of her older sister, Jacqueline Torres Garcia, only her younger half-siblings. Police learned that what may have preceded the gruesome discovery of the remains from two people who are friends with another one of Anita's girlfriends, according to the warrant for Carla's arrest. Two complainants told New Britain police that Jonathan Jojo Nanita picked her up at the end of September and told her he needed to pick something up. She remembered Nanita driving to a cemetery, picking up a tote, putting the tote in the trunk of his Acura, then driving to 80 Clark Street, where Nanita removed the tote from the trunk and placed it at that location. She remembered that the tote smelled bad. After thinking about it, the woman came to the conclusion that the tote may have contained a body and told her friends. But did she tell the police? Of course not. That would make too much sense. When police first talked to Carla Garcia and Anita, they gave different accounts of what happened, and Garcia changed her story as well. Carla Garcia originally told New Britain detectives that her daughter was fine and visiting a friend. Then she said Anita had kicked Jacqueline in the head in October after Jacqueline pushed Carla, who was 6 months pregnant, down the stairs during an argument. The argument started because Jacqueline was upset that her mother was pregnant again. Carla Garcia had 2 daughters with Victor Torres and 3 children with Nanita. Garcia stated that she never saw her daughter again after that, and she denied any knowledge of a tote containing her daughter. Nanita, who said he was homeless after Garcia kicked him out of the home, told New Britain detectives that Garcia contacted him and asked him to dispose of the tote that was outside her apartment building near the garbage. Excuse me. He drove her to her apartment on Tremont Street with his new girlfriend, placed the tote in his truck, and drove to a nearby cemetery to hide the tote. He did not find a good location, so he drove the tote to Clark Street and dropped the tote in the backyard. When detectives asked him about Jacqueline, he told them he went to Garcia's home in Farmington after he was released from prison and noticed a lot of blood on the walls and floor by the stairs. He asked Garcia about it, and she told him not to worry about it, that she would clean it up. The next day, he said everything was cleaned, and when he asked about Jacqueline, she told him not to worry about it. Nanita told detectives he did not see Jacqueline after that day. Carla Garcia and Anita were arrested on more than half a dozen charges each. Besides murder, each is charged with conspiracy to commit murder with special circumstances, tampering with physical evidence, and improper disposal of a dead body. Each also is charged with risk of injury to a child, first-degree unlawful restraint, and intentional cruelty. Jacqueline Garcia, who told police she moved to New Haven in September of 2024, according to the search warrant, was arrested solely on the last 3 charges: intentional cruelty to a child, first-degree unlawful restraint, and risk of injury. All 3 people have criminal histories that include violence. Carla Garcia was convicted of third-degree assault after she repeatedly punched a woman in the face in 2018. Arrest records showed Nanita was convicted of first-degree reckless endangerment and interfering with an officer resisting arrest when he nearly dragged an officer while fleeing a 2000 traffic stop. Just 1 second. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, and just last year, Jacqueline Garcia was convicted of risk of injury to a child, records show. You're not going to believe this. This is disgusting. She served 8 months of an 18-month sentence after she and a man were found responsible for numerous injuries to a toddler in their care. This is an 18-month-old baby, let me tell you, in New Britain in 2021 and 2022. The baby's broken bones, plural, broken bones, were in various stages of healing. The child had a skull fracture, hemorrhages of the right eye, bruises to her jawbone and forehead, fractures to her left femur. Do you know how hard it is to break a baby's femur? It's probably the biggest bone in your body, and on a baby, it's like rubber. You have to literally bend it or twist it, what they call a spiral fracture, to break it. One of which was, so jawbone and forehead, fractures to her left femur, one of which was, so it was more than one fracture to her left femur. Oh my God. One of which was starting to heal. Oh, that poor baby. It hurts my heart. Fractures to her ribs that were 7 to 11 weeks old, and arm fractures that were 2 to 4 weeks old. You know, this says that she has fractures to her ribs that are 7 to 11 weeks old. And makes me think, Kelsey Fitzsimmons judge doesn't feel convinced that Kelsey should still be feeling pain from her broken ribs. And I don't believe that hers are, well, they may be nearing 11 weeks now, but at the time when she made that statement, they weren't that old yet. And arm fractures that were 2 to 4 weeks old, more than one arm fracture, according to the warrant. Why was she even around or allowed to be around her niece? That's what I want to know. Why is she even allowed to be around her niece with that kind of criminal background? Why was she even out? Jacqueline Garcia served 8 of an 18-month sentence and was in a transitional supervision program at the time of her latest arrest, said a spokeswoman for the State Department of Corrections. Her sister Carla was her sponsor. Wow. Just wow. Her sister Carla was her sponsor. Okay. Not quite sure how to take that, but anyway. Okay, now I wanted to show you a video. A body cam video of the New Britain police responding to a noise complaint. And apparently the little girl's body was in the house when they responded to this noise complaint and did a walkthrough of the house. And didn't see anything suspicious, didn't smell anything suspicious. I find that hard to believe, but can you imagine being one of those cops right now and knowing now what you wish you would have known then? Knowing now that her body was in that house when you were there and did a walkthrough, and nobody said anything. And you didn't notice anything? It's crazy. Okay, let me see. Is this it? Okay. Whoops. Where is that coming from? Sorry. My bad. That was really loud too. Sorry. Let me see. Sorry. Okay. My bad. Okay. Okay. Here we go. Sorry about that.
Good. Everything okay? Yeah. We had a call. There's a lot of noise coming from your apartment.
They're always calling.
Okay.
Everything's good though.
Everyone's alright?
Yes.
Is anyone else home with you?
Just the babies and my boyfriend.
Okay. Your boyfriend here?
Yeah.
Can I speak with him?
Yeah. They just want to make sure everything's okay.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm just pregnant. Just moved, you know.
Alright.
I'm gonna have to leave it.
Hello?
He's coming now.
Oh, okay.
Wait a minute, what happened?
Let's face it, most of the insurance industry can feel a bit prehistoric, impersonal, and confusing.
Let's go back to where we were.
Hey! Hey! They just want to make sure everything's okay.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm just pregnant. Just moved, you know. I'm gonna have to leave it.
Hello?
He's coming now.
Oh, okay.
Now, apparently her body's in the basement
You mind if I come in some
here,
Hey, it's going on.
but I don't think they even go to the basement
My
to look.
cousin and stuff like that. Everyone's okay?
Yeah, my wife's pregnant, so she just be having mood swings. I'll be trying to calm her down.
Things happen.
I'm at the end, so
Okay.
it's difficult.
All right. Well, I haven't met you guys real quick. I'm just gonna write your names down and say I spoke with you. You got it here, okay?
Okay. Say hi, baby.
Everything's okay. It's okay. How old are you?
Say 3.
3? 2? One more. There you go. Just want to know, okay?
It's okay.
What's your name?
Carla. What a K.
K.
RLA.
And Carla's last name?
Garcia.
And your birthday, Carla.
6196.
Yeah, sir, what's your name?
Jonathan.
J.O.
Jon is what I mean. Jonatan.
And Jonathan's last name.
Nanita. Nanita.
And your birthday.
9/29, 1995.
Okay. How long you guys been staying here?
Almost a year.
Yeah.
Okay. These are good.
Yeah.
Sometimes the walls are, you put them in apartments, walls
Yeah,
are
we
good
always live with
sometimes.
kids.
Yeah.
They've been complaining since we first moved here, so
Insurance is something
We're
first.
planning on moving.
Okay.
we're actually moving.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, because of that.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, sometimes with apartments, you really can't choose your neighbors, right? So if someone is living one way, someone lives another way, and sometimes it just clashes. So just give me a minute, okay?
All right.
Let's hang on with that real quick. What's your name? What's your names?
You guys have any other problems with any neighbors or anything like that? It's just like noise stuff.
First one, last name.
Well,
Yeah.
Just next
First
door,
name,
but that's it.
Carla,
Yeah.
Karla.
You've been there for a little bit.
6196.
Yeah.
Last name,
Good day.
Nanita. First name Jonathan, come spell.
Is this your only daughter? You guys got other
Oh,
kids?
sorry.
One on the way. I have a son.
Son
He's
too.
upstairs. He's 1. Oh, he just turned 2. I'm sorry.
Keep you guys busy.
Oh yeah.
You guys got a place you're going to?
Yeah,
Yeah, all right. Where you guys going to?
we're gonna move to New Britain.
Yeah.
It's better. Well, we came from New Britain. It's better over there because we don't have no complaints at all.
Yeah, it's a little bit different area. People are a little less likely to want to call for some noise and stuff like that. So.
Have a guy, we're out of here.
Thank you so much.
I appreciate
Bye.
it.
You
Sorry.
guys have a good
No,
New
no
Year.
worries.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
No problem at all.
Have a happy holidays.
All right.
Same to you
You
guys.
too, thanks.
Enjoy you guys' night. All right. Sorry.
As well.
No,
Don't worry
problem.
about it. It's all good. Take care. All right, here we go.
I cannot believe I was just muted that whole time. Holy shit. Anyway, okay, well, let me start over. Again, I can't remember what I was going to say. Okay, well, that's all I'm going to cover today, but oh, I know what I was saying during the video is that they were standing in front of a staircase down to the basement. I wonder if that's why she kept standing there, because she didn't want them to go down in the basement. It didn't look like it was closed off at all. It just had a staircase. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. So they are all currently in jail, awaiting their next hearing. Carla and Anita are being held on $5 million bail each, and the aunt is being held on $1 million bail. So I will keep you posted on the progress of that case. I will also be covering Kelsey Fitzsimmons' 2 cases, her criminal and her child custody case, as well as Aaron Spencer's case. He's the man who is on trial for murdering his daughter's rapist and kidnapper. He's running for sheriff. So if you're from that area, vote for him. And of course, I'll be keeping you guys up to date on Turtle Boy. He's now facing he's being sued again. Somebody in North New Jersey now is it South? I can't remember, but he's got one for going from each place, but is now trying to get a protective order against him. So I believe that's the case that Baden is going to be representing him on. So he has a court hearing on that on Wednesday. So I will keep you posted as how that goes. So like I said, this is my first stream, so hopefully it wasn't too bad, and hopefully you guys give me a chance to show you that I can get better and I can improve, and I will eventually start doing live streams once I'm more comfortable. And so yeah, until next time, I hope you all have a good day, and we will see you real soon. Thank you. Bye.